Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get right to it. Now, this is a really interesting story I thought was just interesting. I really thought it was just a fun story and something to get away from some of the more negative stuff going on in the news right now. There's some stuff going on that right now, I don't have all the information on, and I really don't want to bring you a story that doesn't have the information that you deserve to have. But anyhow, we're going to try and get to more of a happy story here, a more fun story, I guess you could call it. And that is the fact that, well, one, camping has been going up. The number of people wanting to go camping is going up, and things like that. And that's been really cool for for that industry, I'm sure. You know, but we've talked about all sorts of things from all sorts of different electric vehicles. You got the electric Teslas out there. You got some of their competition out there. You got the semi trucks that Tesla's trying to put out. But now the electric vehicle might be coming to camping at an RV lot near you, and that's because the Winnebago company has partnered with Motive Power Systems, and they're going to try to start making these little, not really little, but these RVs that are electric. Now, first off, they're not going to all come out. You don't go expecting them to be out anytime soon. According to the article I've seen today, it could be a good while. Winnebago's, apparently their initial plans are to use them for like mobile classrooms and things like that locally. That way, they're able to stay charged and not have to worry about running down. They may not have the distance that they would want. As well as campgrounds really aren't. There are some, but most are not equipped to charge these vehicles. Some are starting to get vehicle charging type mechanisms that you could use, but most of them don't. And so that makes it very difficult for those people that have those RVs to be able to use them without having any kind of problem. Anyhow, I thought that was a really cool thing. The electric cars are really great. I think solar power would be a better way to go, because that way you're not really using any emissions to run the car. I mean, at some point when you plug in an electric car somewhere down the road, a power plant's having to turn out that power to charge the car, which will there again put a heavier strain on our power grid in the first place if everyone starts having them. Now, I think we could do things to make sure our power grid doesn't have a problem with that. But all I know is here in Texas, and every now and then, I'll have my power go out for no reason. And there'll be no explanation and no ETA on when it's supposed to come back up. So, there are things to consider, but I wish we could find a way to meld solar power and electric vehicles into one car. I think that'd be really cool to be able to, you could charge it, but you could also charge the vehicle via your access to the sun. I think that's one of the drawbacks to solar power, though, is when the solar energy isn't there as much, you have to rely on the car to the car's batteries to hold the charge, hold the charge while it's dark or when the sun's down and everything, which is fine, because normally those can hold it, but the problem is they haven't been really mass marketed. And I think there could be a way there's got to be a way where you can use solar power and charge power, via, charging stations, for electric cars. I think it should be something we should be able to do. Now, I don't know if the technology's out there or not. I'm no scientist, but I just think that's something we could do. I think it'd be awesome for them to be able to blend that into the, some of the Teslas out there, especially maybe the Tesla Semi. I think things like that I think could extend range on electric cars. Like I said, I'm no scientist, I'm no mechanic, but you would think that having access to more power would give them more ability to have longer distances without having to have so much emphasis on batteries. But you would still have to have a place to store the energy, solar energy as well. So I'm sure it'd be a difficult task, but I'm sure it's something that Elon Musk could figure out. He seems to be able to figure out a lot of things, except for the over mechanization of his Tesla plant for the Model 3, which has been a big mess for him for the last year. Ever since they announced, the Model 3, and they've been trying to build the Model 3, they've had nothing but problems. And as he's found out that it's mostly because of too much automation, too many robots, not enough human beings. And as he's learned, human workers are very much undervalued, and they're really important. So there's as it's showing with Tesla, there's a point where automation becomes too much of a hassle, too big of a problem, and it's too bulky to get the job done. Sometimes you just need people. So the fact is, a lot of jobs are being lost to automation and robots and different technology like that. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of companies are going to realize that people are more they're more consistent. They might be more accurate at times, and they're not gonna get slowed down by some of the same things that a robot gets slowed down by. And so I think sooner or later we're going to catch on to that here in America, because we've got to do something, because too many people are losing jobs to technology. We can sit there and blame presidents all we want when things go down, but at the end of the day, a lot of loss of jobs has come from the fact of technology. And I think we're finally starting to see companies get around the technology issue and start hiring more people. One, the unemployment rate's down to 3.9. Could go lower. You never know. And so I think we're just going to have to figure out how to meld both people and robots working together in factories in order to keep Americans working, as well as not hindering the growth of technology. Anyhow, I just thought it was really cool that Winnebago is talking about making electric RVs. Like I said, it'd be a long time probably till they actually hit the market for actual recreational vehicle use. They're wanting to do them for like mobile classrooms right now, mobile doctor's office type things like that. And I think that'd be kind of cool. I think on the local level, and the cities that need it. And then when it gets to actually being electric RVs, I think that would be really cool too. If they can ever actually get that to work. If they can ever get campgrounds to actually have that opportunity to charge the RVs and things like that. Anyhow, that's what I wanted to bring you today. I didn't really want to get into anything too bad or violent or sad or anything like that. I really want to focus on something positive, and I really think this is a positive thing for especially campers that also want to be kind of somewhat eco-friendly, where they're not using as much fuel or whatever. Because I know to gas up an RV right now is not going to be a fun chore, especially with gas heading up to $4, nationally, very likely by the summer. So, and I'm not sure on the gas prices, but that's what I'm reading. We're headed to $3.50 to $4 a gallon by summer, whether or not we stayed in the Iran deal or not. So with that, I think this is a good way to go. I think we're going to need more electric vehicles, more solar powered vehicles, more vehicles that run on fuel that we can provide here in the U.S. without having to rely on anybody else. So I think this is a great deal for everybody involved. I don't see any problem in it. I don't see any issues, short of the fact that, campgrounds right now just are not equipped with that as often as you would like them to be. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I know this is kind of a short video, not really much to it. But anyhow, I'll see you down the road. I've been your host, Jacob Keck. Please come back for more videos. Hit that subscribe button. Share my videos if you want to. I would really appreciate it. I'd really love to be able to get my subscriber count to 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm really trying to figure out ways to do that. I've been trying to do different types of videos to pull that off, but apparently YouTube is not taking any of my videos out to recommendeds that much anymore, and it's obviously not hitting my subscribers' inboxes. I guess I'm just too small of a YouTuber for them to give a shit. Anyhow, I hope y'all are having a great day. You know, I hope the weather's good wherever y'all are. It's good and hot here in Texas already. It's not even June. But after the crazy winter we had with how cold it was, it's not surprising that we'll probably have an extremely hot summer. And so I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a great day. And this has been the Big Ranch Show, and I'll see you down the road.